All right, hello, I'm Silverkyle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars: The New Republic Volume 1 Omnibus from the Legends line. And this is also my first Star Wars Omnibus. I've really been getting into the Star Wars universe lately, and every time that they would announce Omnibus, I just wouldn't be that excited for Star Wars. But lately, because I've been into it so much, I'm really excited for this. Well, maybe more so Volume 2, which has been solicited. So I'm really excited that we're going to be getting a Volume 2 that has more material that I'm interested in. And also, just for Volume 1, I think we were originally told that we were getting a different standard edition cover, and I'm not the biggest fan of what we ended up getting. I don't really like this at all. I think it would have been better to maybe even get one of the Rogue Squadron, the X-Wing covers, one of the issues there as a cover. I think that would have been a little bit nicer, but oh well. So we've got Volume 1 here. I assume that's Chewie at the bottom. Yeah, that's Chewie. And yeah, this all takes place after Return of the Jedi, and it's part of the Legends line, so it depends on how you want to see it. According to Disney, it's not canon, but maybe for other people that really enjoyed it, can be your own canon. So that's just what I want to mention there. So this was $125 in the US, $156.25 in Canada. I think I ended up getting it for about $110 from indigo.ca. And it collects Mara Jade, Star Wars Mara Jade by the Emperor's Hand. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There we go. Why is this having such a... There we go. Yeah, Emperor's Hand 0 to 6. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire Evolution number 1 to 5. That I am looking forward to because I have just recently finished Shadows of the Empire, the novel. Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron 1 to 3. Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron 1 to 35. And Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron Special number 1, Star Wars Handbook number 1, and material from Star Wars Tales 10, 12, 15, and 23. So we're getting quite a bit of material, and mainly it's the Rogue Squadron, right? And what's interesting about this to me is that a lot of the authors of the novels are contributing to the stories here, which I had no idea until I actually looked it up. Like when I saw their names. So we get Steve Perry here, who did work on Shadows of the Empire. We get Michael A. Stackpole, who did the X-Wing or the Rogue Squadron novels. Timothy Zahn is synonymous for Star Wars novels. So I'm really looking forward to what they contribute within these. But I feel like I have to read the novels first. I want to read the novels first, then I'll dive in to the comics themselves. But I am very much looking forward to the second volume, because that has Dark Empire, which I did read when I was a kid. When that was coming out, I have some of those issues. I don't think I finished it though, so that'll be fun to kind of finish that up. I was really enjoying it back in the day though. I think Heir to the Empire is in there as well, so they're, more Timothy Zahn probably. That was a nice hardcover. So to me, this is, after Return of the Jedi, what happened with all these characters. We're going to get a lot of Wedge, who's part of the X-Wing Rogue Squadron. And that's like the comics as well, or the novels as well, sorry. So this was in iMac. There's a bit of bleed through, but this is really nice. Table of contents. You kind of see everything that you get as I was going through it. You get Mara Jade first, and then it goes into some of the tales, then the Shadows of the Empire. I think that's like the follow-up. I don't know if this happens afterwards, after Shadows of the Empire, the novel. Then we get to the X-Wing stuff, and we get into this like number 1 to 3, and then we get like the actual Rogue Squadron stuff. And we have this. I mean, that's perfect for comics. Star Wars and comics seem to go hand in hand for this kind of stuff. We get a little bit from Emperor's Hand number 0, so we get a little bit there, and then we get, Star Wars Mara Jade right afterwards. So I think a lot of this will kind of take place within Episode 6. That's a nice image right there. That's really nice. When I was flipping through, some of the art I liked more than others. The Mara Jade stuff I did quite enjoy. And I don't know a lot about a lot of these characters yet. Mara Jade, I know, shows up later on in the novels and in the Legends novels. So, and I think she's the assassin of the Emperor or something like that. We get a little bit of Return of the Jedi here by the looks of it. I have not read any of this material at all, so I have no idea. Here's Star Wars Tales. So we're going to see every once in a while. I think in this, we're not going to see necessarily a lot of Luke, Leia, and Han Solo. I think that later on, this is Shadows of the Empire, because I think that that's Guri, is it not? Yeah, I think this is Shadows of the Empire. I did enjoy, yeah, Shadows of the Empire #1. They kind of give you a rundown. I do want to see more of Caesar. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I've only read it. Caesar, Prince Caesar, I don't know. Him and Guri were pretty interesting from the novel. So I wouldn't mind seeing more of that. There he is right there. Bleed through, because it's from iMac, we do get a bit of it here. It's not, from what I was seeing, I didn't see it that often, but it does happen every so once in a while. So just have that as a disclaimer. Everybody knows iMac now, so it's kind of, here, you can see the line. You know what to expect. That right there would have been a beautiful cover. I would have loved that. Especially because that's what you're really dealing with. You're dealing with the X-Wings, the Rogue Squadron team. That's the majority of this book. That's another nice one right there. So I think Steve Perry would have done Shadows of the Empire. I'm curious to see, just real quick, sorry. I just wanted to see what Zahn had done. Ah, they don't show. Okay, maybe not here. Here then? Darn it. I was hoping that they'd say what they actually worked on. It just says writers and it doesn't specifically say. I mean, Michael H. Stackpole probably had a lot to do with all the X-Wing, like the 35 issues that we have there, or the ones that showed up before. Steve Perry would have obviously done Shadows of the Empire. Mara Jade might have been Timothy Zahn. There we're getting some of the classic characters here. I think that they do show up in the X-Wing Rogue Squadron, but it's more so about Wedge, from what I gather. That's a nice cover too they could have used. I think that that's gorgeous. That's some Star Wars Tales #23. Not the biggest, it's not bad. It's okay. That's not my favorite art. That kind of, for some reason, the X-Wing kind of looks a little bit weird from that angle. That's nice. I think in volume 2, we're going to get a lot more from the original cast, which is really what I'm looking forward to. Over 1,300 pages, and it did a pretty, like, it opened up. I was impressed with it. I didn't have to stretch it out too much because you can still hear the glue. So here are some extras. I think this might just be the quality of the paper too. That's kind of cool. I like that a lot. Biographies of a bunch of different characters. I mean, I don't want to go through. Oh, that's nice too. Well, that's kind of neat. There you go. I'll go over here, kind of in the middle, and kind of show you that eye. It's not major, but that's close to it. Okay, we'll go mobile. This seemed a little bit closer to the middle, and that's the eye that we're dealing with. It's there. And it opens up fine. And there you have it. That is Star Wars, The New Republic, Omnibus Volume 1. So thank you all for watching. You have been bearded in. Beardage.